Today, we're talking about the recent Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and the fantastic lineup of games which the console now has. And we're also talking about what we've been playing, which includes more of Stephen's thoughts on Mafia and more of mine and Andy's antics on Gears of War Reloaded and Rematch. Let's find out what we think about all of this on the Late Night Gamer podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 60. We've hit number 60 of the Late Night Gamer podcast, your place for late night laughs, hot takes, and video game reviews. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight is Andy. Oh, fucking hell. Mr. Popfix himself, Andy.
Whoa, you've given my real name up. That was meant to be a surprise reveal at the end of the year. No, yeah, happy to be back and surprised you've done that intro in one take.
So am I, after yesterday's failure. And also joining us is our resident horror expert, Stephen.
Yes, hello guys. I've not been demoted from my title on this podcast, yeah, looking forward to giving some more sort of top takes on my Mafia playthrough.
I have considered at some point just thinking of some, like, giving you a new nickname each, and then like not telling you, and then one day you're like, oh, what the fuck was this?
I have been waiting for that moment.
Yeah.
Like, I know you'll do it one day.
Maybe I'll do it
It'd be a
next April
response.
Fool's Day or something.
It'd be like a next response of "Who the fuck?" or "What have you just called me?"
Yeah, exactly. How you both been? Obviously, Andy, I've mentioned it on the movie podcast, but you're feeling better now?
Yeah, feeling a lot better today. Wasn't 100% earlier. Sort of in the morning. Sort of been sleeping all day, and then after had some dinner, that sort of perked me up a bit. Yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better now. So hopefully getting back to 100%. But yeah, still enjoying doing the podcast.
Good. And Stephen, how you been?
Yeah, all good. Bit busy as always. Just been sort of watching obviously Arsenal playing Champions League, and then just really been focusing on gaming. I'm on a quest to make sure that both Mafia and Gears of War Reloaded are done before I get lost with EFC 26, because I know as soon as I get access to that, that will be it until it goes to Yoto anyway. So I'm trying to make sure that I can try and get both of those done, which I'm on course to do. So apart from that and watching loads of movies, it's very, very busy, but enjoying life at the moment. So it's all good.
I texted Andy today about MCM coming up. Obviously, I know you're not coming, Stephen, but obviously
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
there's an insane amount of people going in terms of celebrities or voice actors that I want to meet, namely Christopher Judge or Kratos, and the actor of Atreus. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Sonny, someone.
Sonny is his first name. Yeah, I don't know how you say their name, but call him Sonny.
As Atreus, so you've got a double act there. And I've got a God of War game case, the original, their game, upstairs, which I got on the 20th of April when it released in 2018. But then I was like, I really want to meet Ben Starr. He seems like the coolest man in the world. He's obviously a very good up and coming. I say up and coming. He's done a lot of great roles, but I think he could be the new Troy Baker of the industry, or at least up there with him. And I'd love to meet him. He's really good friends with the Kind of Funny guys, and I love watching those guys. So it'd be great to meet him. But even though I like him, I've not played his games. So I was looking at
only one of them.
Oh,
you played
sorry, I
Expedition.
played Expedition 33, but they don't sell. They do sell merchandise, but it's like T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah,
they don't have
There's
any
no
pop figures.
stuff yet.
Then I thought,
It's still very new, isn't it?
Do I just buy the game case? And I looked on Amazon, it's like 40 quid. I was like, man, if that was like 20, maybe. Like, but 40 quid to then spend, I don't know, 60 quid on an autograph, it's £100. I was thinking, I don't know, probably not.
It's no money.
Then I thought
you could always get like a poster or something, like either something signed by him or a full poster, like that. So
I did think of that.
Because you could always then put it in a frame and then have it framed once it's signed. So
I said to Andy, because of the way my house is and because I've got kids, I don't display this kind of stuff at the moment. Like, one day I'd like to have a new house with like an officey space. It would be my room for that kind of stuff. But right now I'd be getting this God of War case signed by Christopher Judge and Atreus and putting it back in the loft, because like there is currently nowhere safe for it, because my youngest is currently picking up everything he can find and either breaking it, putting it in the bin, or put it in the bath. Don't want that. So I'm still working out the logistics behind it, but and obviously McLovin's there, and I'd like to meet him.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, do I buy a DVD of Superbad? I don't know. But
There's a
then
lot of choices.
there's so many choices.
Me,
But
me, me and Andy, just speaking of Lovin, we had a really funny conversation stating that because I would love to meet McLovin, but obviously because I'm not going there, and just the price of everything with everything else that's going on for me at the moment. And he was like, "Oh, you should really consider getting something, Stephen." And I said, "Well, yeah, if I had that money to kind of just like blow, then yeah, potentially. But I've got to watch my budget between now and January." And he was like, "Oh, that's a shame because really, I kind of want to meet him. But then if you've got to get something, it means that I can then chat to him and get it signed on your behalf."
Just to
And
add
I was
some
like,
context to that, Stephen has asked us to get pop figures signed for him before when he hasn't attended one. So we got
yes,
Ghostface signed at one of the other Comic Cons we went to. So that's knowing that he loves McLovin. Although there was some benefit to me as well, I know Stephen would love McLovin in his collection, sort of
Oh,
thing.
I
So
would, yeah. I would easily get like a super bad DVD signed or a pop, but I think we worked out it'd be like £150 job, and
no,
I
not for him. It's a lot cheaper. He's £60 for the autograph.
but if you got the oh yeah, so about £100.
Yeah, I just said the pop figure is hard to source. There's not many
Yeah,
listed at the sort of market value of the pop on like eBay and places at the moment. So I'm keeping
but
an eye out to see if one comes up at a reasonable price and is in good condition. And then I potentially consider getting him if I manage to get a pop because that's what I collect. I wouldn't get anything else signed.
But then my other thought process, similar to like what you were saying, which is I could get like a super bad. I would actually probably lean more to my Kick-Ass, my limited edition Kick-Ass DVD, getting that signed because I actually like Kick-Ass more than I like super bad. But again,
Whoa,
that's insane.
I do.
controversial.
I
No
love
way. I
Kick-Ass
like
so
Kick Ass,
much.
but Super Bad Man is
I enjoy
classic.
Superbad, don't get me wrong, but like for me, just when I was growing up, like if you gave me a choice between you can watch Kick-Ass, Superbad, I'd lean more towards Kick-Ass. Not saying Superbad is any less or more,
Wait,
but
we're gonna
that's
kick
just
your
my
ass off this podcast.
Well, I was going to say this
that's
isn't
my
even a
own
movie
personal
podcast,
opinion.
guys. This is the gaming
No,
podcast.
but like
Oh
what I
yeah.
was saying is that I would have sort of that figure. I would get it like signed, and then you go back in my collection, and it just is a lot of money. And even though I'm not even meeting the guy,
Yeah,
like if I was meeting him, then yeah.
yeah,
I'm not even getting that luxury of having the conversation. So yeah, as much as I said to Andy, there's only a couple of people that if they do announce, I would say yes. I'm praying they don't because I really don't need that dilemma in my life. But I also think someone up there is going, Steve's not going to this MCM, so we're going to make it the best MCM ever, just out of
It's
pure spite.
it's nice to have a choice for once at MCM, where usually
Yeah.
there's only sort of one person, maybe two at max, that we'd want to meet. Whereas you're then forced to meet. Not that it's a bad thing meeting those people. It's very such a still a cool experience. But the fact that you have a choice of so many cool people, even if you don't meet ones that you want to meet, obviously we can still see them from a distance
yeah.
or go past the tables. But yeah, having a choice of who we want out of such a great selection of people, it's amazing. And yeah, it's a change for once for MCM. So they're hopefully getting back to their roots.
Yeah. So, Welchy, when you talk about like meeting people from like the gaming side, there was one year where me and our other friend James, when Ashley Johnson was there, she sold out, so like we weren't able to meet her, but we just stood on the side, like next to a security guard, just watching her in action. And I didn't even say to Rose, I was like, that security guard must think like we're the biggest weirdos, just basically staring out Ashley Johnson. At one point, I could only see her hair, and I think even turned to my friend and went, she's even got lovely hair in person. And the security guard must have heard that and thought, these two are either weirdos, criminals,
Yeah.
just like idiots. So I do get that. There's amount of times where you might not be able to meet them, but just seeing like somebody.
That was your own fault at that stage because I hadn't played Last of Us at that point, so I didn't care too much. But I saw Ashley Johnson had been announced, and that was linked to The Last of Us. So I put it in our group chat saying Ashley Johnson's going to be at MCM. I'm pretty sure it was Ashley Johnson, the one I spoke about, or it might be Laura Bailey. I can't remember. It was one of them.
It was more Laura. I think it was more Laura Bailey because I spotted Ashley Johnson, but at that point I hadn't played Last of Us either. But I was thinking of Recess because she obviously plays the voice of Gretchen Grundler. But yeah, it was an oversight on our part. I saw her name. I was like, is that the actual Ashley Johnson who is
I think it was
in
Ashley Johnson because although you spotted her on the day, I'd pre-warned them both that she was there and said in the chat that she was going to be there. Stephen thumbs up the message, acknowledge it, And then my friend Rosie, obviously too busy, overlooked it. But then when it got to afterwards, I was like, I told you she was going to be there. Like, I put it in the chat like months ago, so they could have like obviously pre-planned for it. But yeah, obviously Stephen just decided to ignore it and not properly acknowledge it. And then it's your
I
own
just
fault on that one.
stuff it. Well, I have slept since then. I can't remember every single thing. See, I remember the really irrelevant things, but important things go out of my head. So I get blamed for that sort of scenario. Even though I reacted, I could have just reacted accidentally and not actually acknowledged it. So
That's still
I'm
your own fault for not reading it properly. Then, so you either one chose to ignore me, or two, didn't pay enough attention.
Life is normally easy when I ignore you, Andy.
Oh, you missed out on meeting a great cast member from Last of Us. So
I did.
I do want to quickly talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. I don't know how much you two saw of it. I watched most of it live, then had to do a school run to pick my daughter up, so I missed like a chunk of it. But it started off basically with it's a massive celebration of Mario. This year, I think it's their 40th anniversary. 40th, I think.
Wow.
And they announced massive news: Super Mario Galaxy the movie, which is coming out spring next year, which is exciting. Interesting because there's a lot of games between, I guess, the first Mario game and Galaxy. I think a lot of fans were hoping that they would do Super Mario World and then go to Galaxy, and then maybe some of the others. But again, there's no real Super Mario there's no real like connection to some massive looping story with loads of lore in the background. It's just Mario, so I don't think it matters too much where they go.
I do have a question. Is this new Super Mario Brothers movie, is it going to be linked to the first movie that came out?
It's the same characters. It's still Jack Black as
Is it the same
Bowser.
like cast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
It's still Chris Pratt. It's still Anya Taylor-Joy. It's the whole crew. That's exciting. But more on the game side, which is more important to me, is they did announce Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 coming to Switch 2, which is exciting for me because I never played them on the Wii. Even though I had a Wii, I mainly used it for games like Wii Sports, Wii Fit, stuff like that. I didn't really get into the what you call hardcore games on Wii, which is arguably there was none, but this would count. So I'm interested in these two. The problem is the date they come out. I think it's just a rough time. If I find the actual date here. So obviously a lot of other stuff was announced. I think it's October, November. And now
near Ghost of Yote.
Really fucking annoying. Well, yeah, it's near Ghost of Yote. What month is it? September.
It's September right now.
September Direct.
Yeah.
But while I'll try and find that date, there was loads of other games announced. So one massive one for me is Hades 2, which has been in early access for a while on Steam. Only Steam, I believe. So PC and Steam Deck. It's now got a full release only on Nintendo Switch 2 for now. So I think what they've basically done is Nintendo Switch 2 was pretty pivotal to the original game's success. It kind of came out and did really well on the Switch and then come out on PlayStation, Xbox afterwards. And they're doing a similar thing here. It's coming out first on Nintendo Switch 2, digitally only for a few months. It will come to physical in a couple months later, which is another thing I consider for Ben Starr, because Ben Starr is a voice in Hades 2. So I thought, and the game comes out digitally about a month early. I was like, perfect. I'll just get that physically instead. No, physical comes out after the event. So
I'll just calling your name.
The problem with Hades 2 is it comes out a day before EAFC. But I don't mind that because I think it's going to be like a £20-25 game, which is perfect pricing, a great price. And there's a lot of people praising 3 Game of the Year contenders this year will be games that aren't full price, being Hades 2, everyone's expecting to be. We don't know yet, but everyone's expecting to be. Expedition 33 and Silksong, which all, even though Expedition 33 is the most expensive, the 3 not full price games, which is obviously very good.
Even if you chuck Split Fiction into the Game of the Year,
I was about to say, would you put Split Fiction into that?
And I'm pretty sure
game and
Blueprints. I'm pretty sure Blueprints was pretty low as well. I don't think that's gonna. I think that's unfortunately gonna fall away now. But and then obviously we've got a date for Metroid Prime 4. Which
very happy with that.
Good for Andy because it's on your the
Fantasy League
game, which we'll talk about later in the year. And good for Nintendo Switch 2 people. I think when the console launched, it was a bit like, okay, it's just Mario Kart World, Mario Kart World. Yeah, Mario Kart World. What else is there? But what Nintendo are very good at is they typically have a big game almost every month right now, whether it's an exclusive
Yeah.
or a timed exclusive like Hades would be. Um, they're on a bit of a roll. They had obviously the console come out in June with Mario Kart, then Donkey Kong come out a month later, which is obviously could be a Game of the Year contender as well. Um, they've had something recently, which I can't think off the top of my head, but obviously Hades 2 is coming. EAFC is coming, which I'm actually really excited about. For the first time ever, mainly because it's handheld. They've got the Mario remakes coming, which remakes, some people get pissed off with that, but it's still a big deal. Metroid Prime 4, they've got Pokemon coming in October, Pokemon Legends ZA,
Yeah.
Which people are excited about, and I'm a bit iffy on. But the problem is, I said a problem, a massive and a great lineup of games. They've also got, they announced some games for next year. There's a Pokemon game coming out, which is like a Pokemon slash Animal Crossing hybrid.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That looks pretty cool.
People are getting excited about that. I'm still iffy with it because Animal Crossing is so good, Pokemon is so good. Will they mix? Who knows? We have to wait and see. I also feel like because of what Power World did and how close that got to Pokemon, and I think they kind of want to make Pokemon everything. So they've got more reasons to say, "Oh, you can't do that. We'll have a lawsuit against you. We'll have a lawsuit against you. We've already done that. You can't do that."
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff announced. For me, the Nintendo Switch 2 is now, even though the games aren't out yet, is worth buying for me. I've spent my money wisely because I've been playing Mario Kart World. I've been playing Donkey Kong. I've got NBA now, which I'll talk about later. I'm going to be getting EAFC, which will be a massive time sink handheld. Hades 2, Metroid Prime. I'll probably get Pokemon. And because of all that, I'm probably not going to get the Mario remakes, even though I've always wanted to play them. They are
Yeah.
the
And
most
not
expensive of the
It's
bunch as well. I think it's £70. Arguably, that's £35 per game, which is actually pretty good.
yeah,
But it's also coming around the time of Ghost of Yote and
you got Silent Hill coming out.
Silent Hill, which I don't know when I'll get that, but again, another game.
Yeah.
COD, I know I'll get it on Game Pass, but it's
yeah,
still a time sink. Um,
yeah. You got Outer Worlds as well on Game
Outer
Pass.
Worlds 2 is coming to Game Pass, so there's so many
I'm
games. But
not.
I think Switch 2 is
How are
now at a
you gonna
point.
find the time for all
So EAFC and
It's a good
NBA will
dilemma.
be just when I can play them handheld, train
Yeah.
journeys or whatever. Hades 2 will be a struggle because I won't have much time between that and Ghost of Yote, and I will prioritize Yote.
Yeah.
But the benefit of the Switch 2 is it's handheld. So when I have time to play a handheld, it will be played.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be played a lot more than my Switch 1 ever was, which is only positive. And there's still so many games to come. Like Elden Ring still needs to come at some point, which I won't get obviously. Kirby Air Riders, again, not for me, but something that a lot of people will be excited for in November.
Yeah. The good thing
Um,
about the Switch for you as well, when you're traveling and stuff,
its
like for
travel is
work,
really good, yeah.
away. Yeah.
Mm.
They've got obviously Silksong just come out. I know that's everywhere, but a lot of people like having it handheld, and that's done obviously very, very well. Hyrule Warriors, again, I'm not sure about that one, but that's a November release. They've just got so many games coming out, and that's not even starting looking at next year, which God knows what they're going to have come out on that. I still expect a Mario game. The only thing is they're still not talking about one. And oh, Resident Evil, by the way, Resident Evil 9, 7, and 8 all coming out on the Switch 2 on the same day,
Oh wow.
which is the
Oh,
release date of 9. So it comes out the same day as PlayStation and Xbox. The interesting thing about that is there was a bit of backlash on the Nintendo Switch 1 console when they tried bringing Resident Evil games to it. It wasn't powerful enough, so you could only play it through the cloud. And we all know how the cloud
Right.
works. It's not always great, particularly on the Switch,
No
because the
one
Switch's
understands the
Wi-Fi
cloud.
isn't great, connection isn't great. But now they play just on the console, no internet required. So that's going to be
okay.
interesting. I'm still going to get Resident Evil 9 on PlayStation. I want it to look and feel and sound better than it will on the Switch
As
2. Let's be
as
honest.
good as it
Yeah.
possibly can be. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but still, James Bond is coming to Switch 2, so they're being able to keep up with all the main games, which is very
Mm.
impressive considering it's handheld.
And that's a really interesting point. I have this sometimes with the PlayStation Portal, where you're playing it on the Portal. Like Mafia, when I started it, I played it on the Portal, but then when I got to the console, it it is just a completely different experience. So I do think that games like EFC, for example, perfect for handheld because it doesn't need to look and feel the
Yeah,
best. That game will run effectively on a handheld device. Not saying that any game you can play is up to preference, but I always find there are some games like Resident Evil. There's only one place I want to play that, and that
yeah.
is on the biggest screen with the best graphics
I
and
mean,
it feeling the best as well.
the benefit of the Switch is you can play it on telly. You just put it into
Yeah,
the portal, not portal, the oh my
The
god,
dock.
it was dock. Thank you, Andy. And it just goes straight to the telly, which is even today blows my mind how well that actually works. It's
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
yeah,
And then I get my old Nintendo Switch One Elite controller out, and it's fantastic. But it still won't be to the visual level of PlayStation 5 as it shouldn't be because it's not as powerful.
yeah.
But it'd be close, and I could consider either or. But the other benefit that PlayStation has, and even though I'm not really into that mode at the moment, trophies. Um, I'm definitely not the trophy hunter I
Yeah.
was before starting this podcast. Um,
Mm,
but if I have the choice, I'd rather get trophies than not get them. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
that also helps. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight which I thought was a decent direct. I'm not saying it's the best by any means. There's a lot of stuff in there which was just stuff I personally didn't care about. Um,
Sounds
but
pretty good. I mean, I didn't watch it, but from what you've outlined, there was a lot there, a lot
there's a
to
lot there.
unpack.
One I was really hoping they would have is Expedition 33. I just feel like it would be fucking great to have that handheld. Um, I still got hopes that at the Game Awards something will be announced there. We're gonna have a Game Awards prediction episode at some point, which I'll go into my thoughts on that. But I'd love for it to come to handheld. I would probably buy it because I've had it on Game Pass. I haven't actually paid for it yet, but I love the game so much that having it handheld would be fucking amazing. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, that is Nintendo Switch 2. But we do want to go on to what we've been playing recently. But before we do that, again, 20 minutes in, a quick bit of housekeeping. Um, this is the Late Night Gamer Podcast. We drop 2 episodes every week, typically on a Wednesday and a Friday. If you enjoy the podcast, please do consider following or subscribing on your favorite podcast service, and also leave a rating, as that really helps support the podcast. You can follow us on all major socials with the handle at the LNG Pod, and you can join our Discord using the link in the podcast description if you want to chat movies, TV shows, and video games. If you're listening or watching on Spotify, then you can also leave comments on there too. And of course, our podcast is available on YouTube if that is your platform of choice. Be sure to also check out the LNG Pod on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, our content schedule for the week beginning 15th of September looks like this, even though it is a Friday release, so it's all already happened. Tuesday, you had our late night movie quiz show, the penultimate episode of that, so go and check that out. A really fun episode on the movie side. On Wednesday, we had our favourite boss battles in video games on the Gaming Podcast, which was really fun. Thursday, we spoke about, and I already forgot about this earlier, we mentioned it literally half an hour ago. What do we do on the movie side again?
Oh, the review
Reviews,
of the
yes.
The Paradise.
TV show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy and I reviewed Paradise, and Stephen reviewed new movies such as The Roses and Caught Stealing. And then on Friday, you'll get in this episode where we spoke a little bit about MCM, a little bit about Nintendo Switch 2, and now also what we've been playing recently. In terms of Twitch streams, I should be streaming Friday and Saturday this week, and it'll probably be Rematch / Gears of War Reloaded still. Remains to be seen. Finally, we are sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. If you want an energy drink for your long gaming sessions, you can get a 10% discount on Dubby products by using the code TheLNGPod at checkout. That's TheLNGPod for a 10% discount on Dubby products. Okay, we're running very late on this episode, but I do want to do this rotating segment because I think it's a fun one and it is a quick one. I do, however, need to share my screen. So,
Dun, dun, dun.
what it will be is you are going to see 4 different images.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want you to tell me the 4 different games that you're about to see, and also the names of the locations, and you'll understand when you see
Location.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, you'll understand when you see it. I'm going to share the screen now. I then need to fix the recording because it's gone crazy. Your time starts when you see the screen. Now, hopefully.
Yep. Okay. So we got to guess the maps.
Guess the maps. I'm not going to tell you the game, but I need the names of the maps and the games that they come from.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I need one.
I know 3 of them.
Interesting.
Well, the names of the map, I think. 1, 2. I think that's.
So, for any audio listeners who cannot see the screen, there's 4 images of 4 different maps from a certain game, which I will not reveal in case they have figured it out yet, which I think they have. Or 4 different games, I should say. And yeah, that's basically it. I will go into what maps they are when I reveal the answers. But these are ones that I think the 2 of them should be pretty good at getting. Personally, maybe not.
You
Maybe I'm
say
wrong. But they are well-known maps, I should say. But are you both anywhere near being ready?
I think so, but
Yeah. It's
number
just
one's throwing me off now. Okay.
It's. I know what games. It's the actual names of the maps that
Maps, yeah,
are.
fair.
Yeah, trying to remember exactly what that they're
Okay.
called.
I got my guesses. I think number 1 could be, or A, or whatever you want to call it, could be one of 2.
So
I
there
hope I
will
got the right one.
be 8 points up for grabs here, obviously 2 per picture. So if you get the map name but the wrong game, or the other way around, then you get half up or 1 point. Get both wrong, obviously you get 0 points. Are we ready, Stephen?
Yeah, I don't think I've got all the games
Yeah,
right.
I didn't get a chance to write them down, but I will just say what I see, a bit like catchphrase.
Well, okay, let's go with you first, Stephen. What have you got?
Yeah, so you can't cheat again, eh?
No cheating here. So the bottom left, that's Call of Duty Black Ops.
Bottom left.
But but I can't remember the bloody name of the map. I can
Okay.
see it. So at the moment I'll stick with Call of Duty Black Ops. I want to say top left is Modern Warfare 2. It's just the name of the maps that are escaping me. Well, but when Andy says it, if it like even if it's right, I'll go, oh, okay. So I'll go with Modern Warfare 2 is top left. Bottom, I think it's Call of Duty.
Bottom right you're on about now.
Bottom right, sorry, yeah. I'd say bottom right is Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Okay.
Not massively confident on that. And
Top
I
right,
feel
left.
like, yeah, top right, I want to say is. See, I think that's Modern Warfare 3, and I think that's the. Is it Underground, the London one in the tube?
I know what one you're thinking of. I
I
can't
don't know if that's the
reveal the
right
name
name.
or anything, obviously, in case
No,
it's right.
but so I'll go with that. I'll go with. I would say so. We've got Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops, and then
Black Ops 3, you said.
Black Ops 3. Yeah,
Okay.
but I can't tell you any of the map names. They've
It's
gone from
tough.
my head.
Obviously, I haven't picked the most famous maps because that'd be too easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy.
Number 1 is Downpour. I think that's from COD. Number 2,
Pardon?
I
From
think,
what?
is Modern Warfare, the first COD
Okay.
4, I think. 2 is Dome from World at War, I think. Number 3 is Derail, and I think Black Ops, one of the Black Ops. I'm going to say Black Ops 2, and 4 is Summit from Black Ops.
Okay.
Okay, they were not the ones I thought you were going to say. None of those names I was expecting. So if you've got that, then fair play. Although Andy, you have played a lot more Call of Duty and Warfare than I have. So
I
I
can happily reveal,
Might be wrong.
Stephen, you got 0.
uh,
All the
Oh,
games you got
shit.
were wrong, and obviously you gave me no names. Andy, what do you reckon you got, Andy?
Yeah. At least 4.
You reckon you got 4 out of 8?
I would have hoped so, yeah.
Andy, you got 7. You were so
Oh
close
my
to a
God.
full
Wow.
sweep.
Damn.
I'll reveal what one you got wrong, and it is the third one. You're right that it's Derail. You got the right name, wrong game.
Yeah. What game was it?
It's Modern Warfare
Damn it.
2. So it was Downpour. Oh, you can't see that on the stream. Hang on.
I got the match. Yeah, cool.
Downpour on Call of Duty 4.
Number 2 was the easiest. Like the whole atmosphere.
Yeah,
That's World of War. Like 100%.
I didn't play a lot of World War multiplayer, so that's why I haven't got that. I've played more zombies and campaign for World War.
Even if you just played the campaign, that's like literally got World of War
The
written
look
all
of it,
over it.
yeah.
I haven't played for about like 12 years, Andy, so I can't remember that.
Neither have I. I didn't play campaign, probably.
Dome World at War. The third one was Derail from Modern Warfare 2, which I hated that map.
They brought it back on one of the recent CODs. That's why it was easy to remember.
Fine. It probably was Modern Warfare 2 actually, or Modern Warfare 3. And then Summit from Black Ops, which is actually one of the better maps
Yeah,
in the game
definitely.
and the series, to be honest. I think we did it in our top 10 maps actually, Andy.
Yeah. Something's
Wow.
up there.
Well done, Andy.
Yeah.
When you was going through, I was thinking, and you said Derail, I was like, it's got to be a clean sweep. Then you said Black Ops. I was like, no, you're
Yeah,
wrong.
that's the only one that I was unsure about. So, like the others, I was pretty certain on. At first, number 1, I was like, is that Overgrown or Downpour? But then I remember like Downpour's more like rainy,
Dark,
sort of.
yes.
That's
Overground's quite a
darker.
light map, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wish you'd picked a Modern Warfare 3 map, because that's the COD that I put the most amount of hours in for multiplayer.
It's also the one I didn't like as much. So yeah, I leaned towards this era,
Yeah.
which is my era. But
that COD 4 one looks so similar to a Modern Warfare 2 map.
it might have been remade for Modern Warfare 2, but
Okay.
this picture and the original is COD 4.
And the third one, that Derail, I was thinking of the snow one from Black Ops 1,
Which is
was
Summit,
like
That's
right?
Summit.
Which is Summit on the right.
Yeah, that's Summit. That's the snow map.
That's a snow map from
Is
Black Ops
it?
1. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just got the
Ah.
right angle.
It's got it's
okay.
got a bit. You go down on the right hand side, depending on what side you're on, I guess.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't think you'd beat me on COD maps, no matter what game it is, Stephen.
Yeah, please don't include any of those questions in
The thing was,
next.
I was going to do a
okay.
different map from different games, so like one from Gears, one from I don't know Battlefield. Then I thought Stephen has said he hasn't played Gears multiplayer much, so I thought that's even more unfair. And even then, Andy might not be that good on the Gears maps as he would be on COD. But
thing is though, Andy's played way more multiplayer, so like he will massively do really well in all the multiplayer questions. In like the 10 years that I was playing campaigns and multiplayer, he was just sticking to multiplayer. So that is his bread and butter.
what I might do one week in about, I don't know, a few weeks' time is just do 4 Gears maps from the current Gears. To see how you two are playing it and like learning the map names. But anyway, let's move on to what we've been playing. Well done, Andy, obviously, for getting 7 out of 8.
Yeah, no, very, very good effort. I thought for a minute that if that was going to be a clean sweep, I was like, damn,
Yeah.
you've not had that, I don't think.
Stephen, you've been playing more Mafia. You're close to the end?
I have. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I'm at the very last mission today. I've been smashing out Mafia since we last spoke, so I've got quite a bit to sort of get through. Again, there will be spoilers. I know what you said, that it's not a game that you're too bothered about at this moment in time, and it just makes it easier to talk about the points, particularly as Andy's recently played it. There's one thing that I have come across, because I've done several of the knife fights in the game, which I spoke about like last week. I do think that the dodge doesn't seem to work sort of very effectively. There have been multiple times where I've been pressing X and dodging at the correct moment, and sometimes Enzo dodges out of the way, and other times he just gets stabbed. Not a problem. I've never lost any of them. I've never got close to dying, but I do sometimes feel like I'm not in control of knife fights. I don't know, Andy, if you had or felt the same.
Okay. Mechanics in the boss fights were fine. I just found them boring and repetitive. That was the one thing I said about the boss fights in Mafia. It's just all the same.
There was one that I'll get onto, which I did find quite interesting, because they shaped up in between the knife fights, but I do agree that they're quite monogamous. But there's just been a couple of times I've pressed X where you get the sign where they're about to parry, or you can see that they're about to strike you. Sometimes press X and it does it, other times it doesn't. Having said that, there's a fight with the mayor which is like a fight that you feel like you're going to lose, and you do like lose that fight. Then it cuts to a cutscene. I would have absolutely shot the shit out of that guy when he was like beating Enzo. But that was quite cool. There's also a moment where Enzo comes, because I've now got the apartment that he then gets, which like he comes out of the stables, and they fix him up into a bigger home. Kind of similar Welchy to sort of in Red Dead Redemption 2, where you get opportunities to change like your gun outfits, your general clothes. You can then start buying other outfits as well, and you can like give Enzo different hair, mustache, all of that kind of stuff. But there's a sequence where he comes back into the apartment, and it looks like someone has broken into it, and I then put, that's Isabella. I'm going to turn around and she's going to be there, which then proceeds to them having a little bit of sex time, which I put in my notes equals death time for Enzo, because when Dom finds out about that, he's dead. Like, he's absolutely dead. There was also a thing where it was the big car race mission that I did. I mentioned obviously last week that I don't particularly enjoy the cars because of them not handling very effectively. That race annoyed me. There's the one where you have to win. I did get a trophy where you complete the race in under 8 minutes, but I did that on my third attempt, because there was one bit where I went round the corner and the car flipped. So you start, because you have a stall, so everyone has like a 30-second head start, it feels like. And then naturally the game does sort of slow everybody down. So I got to second, but then the first time it popped up that the car ahead of me went past the finish line. Then the second time I got past it, but then I flipped over a rock. So I then just reloaded for the checkpoint. And then the third time I did it, and then I got a trophy that, it was like a silver trophy. So like, not many people have got it. I don't know, did you get that one?
Yeah.
Under 8 minutes. Okay. So I was like, when I see, because you get like bronze, silver, gold trophies now, it's like, oh, obviously that's one that not many people have done. But that sort of like threw me. This will also make you laugh. So in one of the bits, I collected a mystery fox. Didn't realise that I picked up a fox. And I put in my notes that I will never ever collect one of those ever again. I don't care if it gives me like the best guns in the world, the best outfits in the world. It's a fox. It's a no from me. I also think, Andy, that the old dude, Timo, I feel like
I hate Timo.
he's a knobhead.
He's the old guy, right? The best mate.
Yeah.
I
So you've got
like him.
Yeah, because you've got like the two old people. You've got Don Galante, and then you've got this Timo, who's like, he reminds like a Smithers from like The Simpsons. He's just like this little bitch that just sort of is like to in the best way possible to like Don. He goes, yes, Don, no, Don, 3 bags full. Like, that's kind of the way that he is. But I felt he knows about Enzo and Isabella's affair, or he knows that Enzo's doing something dodgy, or is seeing somebody dodgy. I also put about like the leader of the Spadados must sort of die. I hate the Spadado clan, because essentially, Welchy, now you're at war. Like, Don's family and the Spadados are kind of in crossfire at this stage. And then you've got sort of Gabriella talking about wanting to have a family with Enzo, wanting to get married. And again, we've just got the small issue of telling Dom we need to talk first. But also, there's another moment where they're talking before you go and meet with the Spadados, and Isabella says, I need to tell you something, Enzo. And I went, no fucking way. She's pregnant, isn't she? Like, she's got a baby inside. Like, this is awful. And I literally screamed out earlier tonight, and I went, no fucking way, you cannot be pregnant. And I also then did start thinking, if the family downstairs take away context, that could be conceived something very, very different. But I freaked out. I started getting really panicky, because Enzo's thought process is that he is earning the trust of Don. So when he gets to the point that he feels that he fully trusts him, that's when Enzo's going to ask if I can marry your daughter. But it's the whole them shagging at every single moment they can behind his back. Like, it's not going to end like well. The best mission that I had was, there's a christening with Luca and his wife, and they're christening the baby, and then you're taking a photo as a family, and then one of the members of the family, which I've written down somewhere here, Roberto. So Roberto gets shot in the head, and I literally, when the gunshot goes off at this moment, I literally like shat my pants more than in any other horror video game or horror movie. I literally jumped 50 feet, but it was such a cool mission because you're then up against the El Marino guy. So you've got 3 different stages of the knife fight, but then you're chasing him. So you're running through buildings, you're jumping into different walls, you're then jumping on a horse, chasing, shooting. It kind of gave you all of the mechanics of the game, from the shooting, from the driving, from the running, putting it all into one. And I hated that El Marino guy. I've wanted to kill him ever since we had the first night fight. He was the one that in the mines where, as you come out,
I know you mean.
yeah. So it was great to see him ultimately get his comeuppance. And then the mission that I've just done is where you have this big meeting between the Spadados and the Don's family, and you could tell that they're walking into sort of like a trap, and that they've basically wanting to fuck over the family. So like Don Galante gets like killed. The bit that really upset me is that poor Luca. I've seen the bit where Luca gets killed. He gets like shot in the leg and then shot in the chest. And like he's on Don's back, and then you're in the car, you go to a pub, you try and get him morphine, but you can tell that he's like literally gonna die. And he then says to Enzo, like in his dying words, like get out of this family now. And I'm now at a point where I'm now being summoned to meet with Don. So if I am on the last mission, this should be the mission where everything comes out, because it feels like, I mean, most of the family now, the like Galantes are dead. Most of them have been killed. So I don't know if it's going to end with a more big confrontation, but surely I'll be really annoyed if it's more for the fact that it happens and then Isabella and Enzo get away without Dom realizing. Like, surely they're going to do this big reveal, but
you'll be excited by the ending. What's to come? There's still like big moments to come.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how long you have left, but yeah, there's at least 2 missions I can think of that you still have to do.
Okay. So my plan will be that I'll get it done pretty much tomorrow. It's like once finished work, I'm going to be jumping straight on it. So I should be able to give you my final findings. But as you can tell, absolutely loving it. Fantastic story, really immersive. And I really feel that my actions are, I'm getting anxiety for Enzo. He's not real, but just him sneaking around with Isabella is really like, I realise that myself, being in like an affair situation, doesn't work for me. Ain't part of that life. We never want to be part of that life, because just controlling Enzo is giving me like that horrible feeling in my stomach, knowing that something's really badly wrong. But yeah, like a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to giving my final findings and then rounding off my score, which will be next week, definitely.
Well, I really hope no one is playing this game and doesn't want to be spoiled, because we've just got into major details.
I did kind of give major spoiler beforehand.
Yeah. Cool. Look forward to your final thoughts next week. Andy, me and you have been playing a fair bit actually towards the end of last week. Actually, a lot of Gears Reloaded and Rematch. Yep. Obviously, most nights we started on Gears and ended up on Rematch, which is kind of the theme right now. I think I can see myself playing Rematch for years at this point. I fucking love it. But back to Gears first. We played quite a bit of 2v2, where me and Andy
really enjoying that mode.
Nashers only. And there's only one map, which is probably the disappointing part of it, is that they've had maps before on Gears 5, which they could have added, but obviously decided to stick to the original game, even though the original game never had 2v2, so they're taking liberties anyway. Yeah, it's a really fun mode. Obviously, it's first to win 7 rounds, and it's intense. There's some rounds where me and Andy just dominate because the opponent's shit, but then there's some where it's really close battles, and it gets very intense. And there was the one moment where I ran up the middle and must have scared the opponent because of how quick I got there, and he kind of spun and shot his own teammate and killed him.
We should mention like the first time we played this game mode, I didn't realize that you could kill your own teammate as well. In no other game mode can you kill your own teammates. So I was naturally trying to help Welchy out with killing someone, with Welchy sort of being in my line of fire as well, and accidentally killed him third game. I was like, oh shit, you can kill your own teammates in this one. Didn't make that mistake
Just
again.
accidentally.
So it does produce funny moments, but it also there were moments I got, as always with this Gears, I get frustrated. But still enjoying it. Andy, I'm guessing you're still enjoying Reloaded.
Yeah, same as you. Obviously, you do have those games where, especially, I think it's more on that game mode. If you come up against two high levels, who you can tell when they're higher levels and they play that game mode 24/7. But yeah, overall, enjoying the different game modes, the maps, getting used to the power weapons again. Just when like you hit the headshots with the shotgun, the Nasher, it's like it just feels so good. The noises, the sound of it. When you're dominating those 2-on-2 games, like I think there was one where the guy had a low level teammate. So it's he's already at a disadvantage. The guy himself was pretty good, like a level 50 and then a level like 4. So because the level 4 was bad, he was getting basically teamed up 2-on-1 every time. But yeah, for us it was fun because we ended up winning 7-0 and the guy, I think he quit and then rejoined the same game. So that was quite funny to see. But yeah.
What this game has pointed out to me is how bad some of the maps are. Don't get me wrong, this Gears 1 has some of the best maps: Gridlock, Fuel Depot, others off the top of my head, Raven Down, Clock Tower, stuff like that. But Rooftops is one of the worst maps in video game history for me right now. I fucking cannot stand that map. One thing I did see online, someone made a very good point, is that Team Deathmatch was never a mode in Gears until Gears 3.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Gears 1 was based around no respawns. So Warzone, Execution, those maps were designed around that. So when you think of that, maybe Rooftops would be better in a Warzone or Execution mode. I still don't think so. I still think Rooftops is shit. But on Rooftops, if one team gets both hammers and all the other things, and then spawn traps you, it's like, what the fuck is this? It's pointless. Especially on Team Deathmatch.
There was a part where I actually enjoyed it when we played it because we did manage to spawn trap them at one point. I think I got 5 kills like in a row because they all kept they literally have an alley that they have to run down.
So
they can't get out unless they run down the alley. And I was just there waiting, managed to get like 5-6 kills towards the end part of that game, or that round at least. But yeah, when they had both hammers at one point in that same game, it was like, what the fuck's going on here? And obviously me not realizing as well in Gears 1 that the Hammer of Dawn doesn't run out as well when you've got it.
Yeah. So there's a few issues with it, particularly in modes like Team Deathmatch. And other maps like Bullet Marsh are pretty shit as well. But Stephen, you played any more Reloaded multiplayer at all?
I haven't played any more. Once Mafia is done, I will be trying to like just get all of that campaign done, as I said earlier, because I then want to be ready for EFC 26 and then play that alongside Ghost Yote. I've just been playing Rematch. So mainly on the nights where I've been playing Mafia, but I don't want to get too much into a mission. So I'm like, I've got like 20 minutes, so I'll save it now and then go on to Rematch. What's been happening is I've then been late to join the podcast because I've either been in a game that I'm like, right, that's a terrible game, or I've done really well there. One more won't hurt. And then Rematch has that ability similar like to Rocket League. It just draws you in, and I can totally see why 1 minute it's one time and then you look down and you're like, shit hell, where has the time gone? And like today, I got a hat trick of scoring from goal, so I can work out pretty quickly if the goalkeeper on the opposite team is like terrible or not able to deal with that. So every time I was in goal, I must have infuriated the opposition team because they were like wiping the floor with us. They were like 3-0 up against us, but I then got it back to 3-3 with scoring each time for when I was in goal. So they even had like 3 on the line, and it still just went straight up and then over and in. And made a couple more saves. There was one that was really embarrassing. I made 5 saves and I didn't hit the ball at any of them, and they were just like toying and taking the piss. They kept like kicking it up and over, and then after like the 5th time I wasn't able to save it, they then scored. And I got annoyed. I was like, you're literally, not only are you like really good, but you're mocking me at my terrible goalkeeping because you're taking the piss. So that's, but again, it's still lots of fun. I quite like, I don't know if you realize, you're on the career bit, they've changed the layout of like where your stats are.
Good. Looks
good. I quite like the new sort of aesthetic features, and like the captain bit. I noticed that it will tell you there's like a little armband in the menu bit of home, away, and captain. I quite like that as well. So it's good that they've updating it from a visual sense. And also, I had a question regarding crossplay. So, is that now automatically enabled for people?
As far as
So
I'm
the
aware,
people that were playing
yes. I've not
okay,
done it. I've not got anyone on yet. We will have to play with Bigsy at some point because he's been on his own on Steam for
yeah,
a while. But no, Stephen, we've got this thing now. Whenever anyone shoots from goal, like if one of us do it, so the other night it was me, Jack, and Andy, or if the opponent does it, we go, oh, it must be Stephen because you always shoot from goal. Um, but no, we've had some fun nights recently, Andy. I think again, like you say, Stephen, we say we're going to go on for a couple of matches after a bit of Gears, or once we get fucking annoyed at Gears. And most nights we're going up to about 1:45, 1 o'clock, and I'm thinking, fuck, what are we doing? Why are we still up? But we'd win and be like, but one more, or you lose and you go, I can't stop on a loss.
yeah.
But am I right, Andy? We had a really good match, like a comeback one. I think we had like a comeback win or something like that. I can't remember now. But
Yeah, I think most of the games we played were quite enjoyable and like good games that we had. I think there was one team that we were playing who were quite good and they kept sort of crossing it, heading it, crossing it.
Yeah.
At one point, I think they went sort of 2-0 up, but then we sort of got it even. I think we actually ended up winning that game as well. I don't know if it was an overtime, but yeah, it was a very fun game, and it's even more satisfying when you sort of beat those opponents.
And season 1 was meant to start yesterday, or Tuesday, as of that's the time people hear this. It's supposed to start on Tuesday, but I believe it's been extended till next Tuesday now. So the beta season, or whatever they're calling it, the season 0, will expire next Tuesday. So still time to finish the battle pass or the free elements of it if you haven't paid for it. I have not paid for it. But the new one will start next week, which I'm interested to see what they do. I'm expecting it to be better because there's no incentive for me to buy this season pass. There's nothing on there that costs or is locked behind a paywall that I'm like, I have to have that. I am expecting there to be a footballer at the end of it.
I would love if it was like an Arsenal player that would probably be the only incentive, or if it was like, I don't know, like a Ronaldo or a Messi or someone like iconic.
It would have to be, because a couple of hairstyles isn't going to do it for me. It's going to have to either be something really cool or like a really good celebration, like I don't know, like the Ronaldo celebration or something. Or anyone.
It's annoying. I mean, I've obviously got Ronaldinho, and then the other two are Ter Stegen and Kobbie Mainoo. It annoys me that Kobbie Mainoo's there because it's like if you're a Manchester United fan, you see that, like you'd be all over that. But again, because as an Arsenal fan, I'm like, come on, give me like Henry. There's so many options that you can sort of give. Because I'm not a huge, I am a fan of Ronaldinho, but I just picked him because he's iconic and he looks cool. Like when you're running sort of with him. Yeah, so and I quite like that. It's much better than the pro that I created at the very beginning of my time on Rematch. There's also a moment where I did applaud the opposition. It was actually earlier tonight where they whipped in a ball from basically the edge of our goal and it went right the way over, and then he did like a back kick that then went into the other side of the net. And you know when like an opponent does something where I was like, Joe, what, fair play. That's actually insane. Like it was one of the most long range passes I've seen in like a long time. And sometimes I always feel like, did they mean to do that, or did they just get insanely lucky and it just worked? But either way, I was like, yeah, fair play. Even I put like good job, which I know sometimes people do when you take the piss. Like if you score an own goal,
the opponent can't see that, right?
The opponents can't see your messages.
No,
you mean your team did it?
I did it like as a good job, but I meant to say to like the team that I was on, but like that was good job. I know obviously your opponents can't see it. Yeah. What I meant is that like I did that as a way of going like to our team, like good job from their part, because although they probably didn't read it like that, they probably read it in a way of me going like good job, like you fucking knobs for letting us concede a goal.
I saw something on TikTok earlier on Rematch. I'm gonna forward it to you both now. We'll talk about it after the podcast, but this clip that this group of 3 people obviously on a team together and are very good players. And the goal is insane. I'll send it to you. But yeah, I'm excited to continue playing Rematch. I think, as I said, I could see myself playing it forever. We'll see what season 1 brings. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the podcast. Before we go, Andy, where can people follow you?
You can find me over on Twitch at Andy_White_07. and also on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at AB Collectibles or AB Collectibles 24. Thank you very much.
And Stephen, where can people follow you?
Yeah, just on my TikTok at Digipapus and on my YouTube channel of the same name. If you want to see some historic videos of me, then knock yourself out. Thank you very much.
Thanks again for tuning into the Late Night Gamer podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, please give us a follow, leave a rating, and tell a friend about us. You can follow us on all social medias with the handle at the LNG Pod. Next week, we are talking about top 10 Rockstar video games. It's going to be one of those episodes where we come up with a list ourselves and then compare it to a list we find online. So that should be a lot of fun. Until then, I have been your host, Welchy, and my guests have been Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. Been a pleasure and can't wait for the next podcast.
And Stephen.
Yeah, been a pleasure as always, and cannot wait to delve into some of my favourite games ever in Rockstar games. Look forward to that list.
Thank you all for listening and keep on gaming.